Good morning, friends. Um, Steve here. I guess it's okay. But yeah, I'd like to come up with a new intro. Uh, hey, maybe this is Steve, and I'm going to be reading from the book Attuned by Thomas Hübl. And I like the words practicing interdependence to heal our trauma and our world. I think it's just brilliant. I think every aspect of this book is brilliant. Um, I've been working on my own and others' traumas 54 years, I'm going to say. 54 years. I was 19 when I started in psychotherapy. I was living on a alternative, some might call hippie commune with kind of a spiritual bent to it. And we are going to be, it was a vineyard, and we are going to be raising or growing grapes to sell to the winemaking people as a crop. Cabernet Sauvignon. I had no idea what it was when I started it at 19, because I was a Southern California person. I never was a Southern California person, but I did live there. I was always a Southern Alberta person because I spent my formative 6 months in Calgary. And I was born and spent my formative 6 months in Calgary. And then I was ripped from the wombs of my Alberta mother and taken to Southern California, where I was forced to live for, at least 18 years. And then I could go off on my own, which I did. So I'm just going to include everything. If I do a little bit of toning, a little bit of sounding out the tension that I've created by my thoughts and my words, you're just going to have to go along with it or click the button and exit, in three minutes. So we'll see how long it takes me to read this. The object passing by the window is my cat, Brinny. The object of transparent communication is to restore these expressions of the soul and repair human connection. As we practice transparent communication, we develop the capacity to sense and expand inner spaciousness, presence. Here comes the other cat. They're just surrounding me. And availability. We develop the capacity to sense and expand inner spaciousness, presence, and availability. And to honor the rights of being, becoming, and belonging. The cat's currently exercising her rights to be and become and belong. And she's also I'm not going to show you the cat. She's a beautiful cat. I don't know if she's a YouTube cat. No, she's coming up. There's that one back there. And then there's this one right here. You want to get on camera for a minute? Come here. Come here. It's okay. You're just going to get on camera for a minute. So people can know who's wandering around here. So this is Jules. And she's got very interesting markings. She has no interest in being here. And her claws are getting sharp again because she's been really working out. Just in case she needs them. And you know why she needs them. Because sometimes people pick her up indiscriminately. And she's like, what the hell? What about my rights as a being? You just pick me up, stick me in front of a camera? How conscious is that? I thought this course was on consciousness and spirituality or healing or something. How conscious is it you just grab a cat and stick her face in a camera? How conscious is that? All right. Agreed. I wasn't thinking or feeling. There's the one. She can just be on camera. She can just sit out there by the window and cry. Okay, I hope you're not getting distracted by life, by being, becoming, and belonging. I belong to these cats. They own me totally. Okay, the practice of transparent communication brings us more deeply in touch with what is exterior to us, the people and circumstances of our environment, as well as with what is interior to us. With care and practice, we learn to cohere the perception that moves outward into the environment with the awareness that moves inward into us. I love the word coherence. I'll just say that. It's not written here, cohere, but coherence. I love that feeling. We may even learn to more deeply, more clearly, and adeptly presence what exists inside another. To communicate, to commune, is to join my stream with your stream. Transparent communication brings shared witness to our communal stream so that we experience our mutuality with greater clarity. And I watch him do this. So if you go to YouTube and just put in Thomas Hübl, Hubl, he's got lots of videos. He's been doing this for quite a while, and he's been on YouTube. And I know him through people who know him. And the people who know him love him because of his abilities to do what he's suggesting that we practice doing. As I learn to feel and inhabit my life more fully, and to witness the flow of my emotions, my thoughts, my bodily senses and perceptions, and my past and present, I am better able to feel with and for you and others. Whatever lies latent or hidden within me becomes more transparent, more available, more present. My capacity for empathy deepens, and my relational awareness expands so that I begin to feel the living contours of interconnectedness, our interrelation. As philosopher, linguist, and poet Jean Gebser wisely wrote, "Our concern is to render transparent everything latent behind and before the world, to render transparent our origin, our entire human past, as well as the present, which already contains the future." From rigidity to flow. Another essential mystical principle to consider is that of habit. Habit is the organization of energy, i.e., the movement of data or intelligence, so that it becomes coded knowledge and is therefore always accessible, even automatic. Through the repeated wiring or reconstitution of energy patterns, habits become structures. Imagine if every morning you woke up and had to relearn how to walk or speak or drive. Unless neural structures became become damaged, these skills are automatic, habitual. Through hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, human beings have acquired all sorts of useful habits. In moments of real or perceived danger, the body produces precise chemical and hormonal outputs, so that without having to think about it, the body responds to threat. We flee danger or fight off attack. We do not have to learn to do this as children, just as we do not have to learn to feel attraction or desire for a mate. We simply do. When all is going reasonably well, the human body desires to seek our food and water to reproduce and to avoid pain and danger by seeking safety and connection. These are hardwired evolutionary structures or habits. Of course, not all habits come naturally. Many are learned. Some are culturally conditioned, while others emerge from the demands of contemporary life. The infinitely varied ways that we address one another, whether in how we worship or how we interact in countless culturally informed scenarios, take a little more thinking and learning, but these eventually become habits too. Of course, many of our personal or social habits become so structurally fixed that it can be difficult to upgrade them when new information indicates that we should. Although habituated structure frees up the energy we need for thinking, learning, and dealing with new problems, it can also prevent us from accessing the energy we need to address change. The gift of an engaged contemplative practice is that through enhancing spaciousness, availability, and presence, we can become mindful of even our most entrenched habits. We can determine with intelligence which structures are useful to us and which would benefit from a bit of remodeling. When everything in our lives flows automatically and according to habit, we tend to miss or ignore all the cues pointing to a need for change until we find ourselves confronted with crisis. Every one of us knows how difficult it can be to alter even one habit. The energy of the habit has become crystallized, wired by the brain, and laid down firmly as a physical, mental, and even emotional pathway. If you want to bend a rigid structure, such as a rod of metal, you need to heat it up, apply rapid moving energy. Similarly, when you want to soften a fixed habit, you need to flood it with new energy and awareness. This creates more space for presence and mindfulness. We notice more, and this witnessing is a subtle form of intervention. As engaged witnesses, we are more attuned to the changes happening around and within us and are more available for the shifts occurring in an intimate partnership or with a child. We begin to sense finer qualities and subtler details or transitions that we may otherwise have missed. Habits are essential to our lives and are even useful for our survival, but without noticing, we can become calcified, rigid, resistant to change, and therefore not resilient in the face of it. However, with awareness and presence, we can better move from rigidity into flow, recognizing when new energy is needed and adapting outmoded habits to embrace change. Thank you very much, Thomas Hübl, for being our guide to change through being present and aware and willing to make whatever changes seem to appear to possibly be useful. Changes in our beliefs, changes in our behaviors, and changes in our boundaries. And these are the 3 B's that in the night school I've been attending for the past 13 or so years, I've been taught that if you want to change, then you need to pay attention to your beliefs, behaviors, habits, and your boundaries. And these are the 3 things you can work with to create real change, consistent change that lasts until you need to change again. So I'm glad that Thomas is addressing this for us, and I like to get feedback of a more conscious nature. And that doesn't mean you need to worry about, is what I'm commenting conscious? Just know if it's an emoji, it takes no consciousness, even if it's a good emoji. That's a nice thought. It could be thankful, it could be prayerful, it could be I'm spiritual too. The like button is fine. That way, if somebody puts like an emoji and I go to look at the comment and their comment is this piece of hands or a smiley face, little smiley face, however you make that. And that's the comment. And I spend my time to go look at that comment and I go, I guess it's a comment, but just hit the like button. If you like it, then just hit the like button. If you're not going to say anything, hit the like button. I can just see, 3 people like this. But when it says 2 comments, and the comments are, or smiley face, what is that? Is that communication? Am I communicating to you? Are you hearing me and what I'm saying? Does it have meaning to you? If it has no meaning to you, don't make a comment on it. But if it has meaning to you in some way, take the time to briefly, if you want to, or extensively, write how the words helped you to change, to be more present, to be more thoughtful, to be more caring, whatever it is. Compassionate, whatever it is. Notice, change, and report back on it if you feel like it. Otherwise, just hit the like button if you like it, or hit the not like button if you don't like it. But just, it's cute. And I appreciate that you have heart. But I don't necessarily care to go look at it and see that as a comment. It's like button or heart button or whatever. And I just see, 3 people hearted. All right. Hope I'm not obnoxious. Well, I know I'm obnoxious at times, but I hope I'm not overly offensive. Just mildly. All right. So now let's go.